Hi everyone, hope you're having a good day. We are back to the coloring book collection. I know it's been a few weeks, but we're picking back up with my bookcase that I think if I have more than one book by an artist, I keep it on this bookcase. So I have like a whole shelf of one-offs that I'll be showing like at the end of this section, but or at the end of this bookcase, but today we are moving into the D, E, and F portion, a little bit of the F portion of my collection. And I'm basically showing you all my completed pages as I go. And also, if I'm making decisions to destash, we're kind of doing that together too as I go through this collection. So let's get started. So I kind of have these out of order because the way I stacked them, but so you'll see they're not in 100% alphabetical order. But Linka Filanenko, I really like her work, and I actually bought one of her artist type copies off of Etsy with the higher quality paper. It's ring bound, which I really like. It's called Hello Spring. It's a little bit longer than typical books, but I believe this book is also available. This was the little card I got too. It's so pretty from her. And she actually has her name signed, which I think is super cool. I like that. So I think this might be a book that's available on Amazon. She does do Amazon editions, but I love the pictures in this one so much that I wanted to splurge for the higher quality. It's like a really thick, almost cardstock paper. And this is not a full flip through show. We're just showing sections. But I love spring. I love little woodland creatures. This might be a good thing to try my new super colors in. And then come in with like some pencil shading over the top. Because I've been really itching to color a page in this book. And it has not happened yet. So I think I'm going to put that one off in a casual to be colored pile this month. Casual. I don't do to be colored videos, though I wish I could, because my pile of what I want to color versus what I actually color is just so, I feel like I'm setting myself up for failure and disappointment each month, because I have this wide variety of things I want to color, and I just don't ever have time. I'm dreaming for the person who has all the time I want to have to do it, not necessarily for the reality. And so it kind of, I've done it for a couple months and it really brings me down. And so I'm like, well, I'm just not going to do that to myself anymore. That's just mean. So this is actually one of her Amazon books, Magical Season. Let me make sure I am actually under the camera. So this includes fall, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and Christmas holiday. So, oh, we've seen that one. There we go. I have some books by Selena Finich. Cute Fairy Tales, Princesses and Fables coloring book. I don't normally do much portrait work, however, these are so cute, I couldn't resist. I love anything fairy tale related, so. And I have a few. Oh, there are two sets, I bet. That's why I'm seeing the same picture. I think she usually does two sets in her books. And I think a lot of her books also have grayscale options, but I know that one didn't. Winged Magic. One of my rare Well, it's fantasy creatures. Y'all sense the theme here of the books that I collect? This one, I say I don't color many unicorns, but this one has some in them. She also has little cats with butterfly wings, which I love. Oh, again, it's 2 sets of the same images, so love that picture. We have fairy tales. This is, I guess, more the grown-up adult version of fairy tales. And she does have a little blurb on this side about the fairy tale. I think I've talked about this one in the Creative Haven one, because I had colored that one, but I had no idea what the fairy tale actually was. Oh, there's that. Oh, that one again. Now, here's my question. I'm kind of looking at this, and I'm like, do I really want both of these? So she has cute fairy tales and then fairy tales, or would I just be more apt to color the fairy tales one, the cute fairy tales one? I think so. I might find another home for this one. Yeah. I love this one. I just don't, because these images are so complex, I don't see myself being able to do that. Being able to work in that one, really. Night Magic. See, these are a little more simplistic in the imagery, so. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I love that picture. It's one of my favorites. Alright, and then I have some Disney books. These are all kind of one-off books, but because they're Disney related, I've grouped them together. We have this Disney stained glass coloring book, which is in fact double-sided. I would like to try this. The trick is they're double-sided. So this would just simply be water-based markers or something of that. I really do love the imagery. Really do like the imagery, love the imagery in this. Feels like I'm not saying that right. I don't know. I have my Disney Spiroglyphics, which I guess technically this could be on the color by number side, but basically you're just filling in with one color. I had a lot more Spiroglyphic books at one point, and I was using them a lot, and then I kind of stopped, and I need to go back to them. It's just they're a little hard to see. Well, you'll see in a minute, but you just use one. You can use one color or many colors to fill in the lines in the spiral, basically. And so it's harder for me to see it than it is on camera. So like we have Yzma, whoever that guy is, Ursula. And that's all I've done in here so far. So like it's a big spiral and you just fill in the spaces that are there. And one of the reasons I've stopped doing this as much is because it does require, like, I can see it really well sitting right here. But like normally I like doing these on the couch while we're watching a show or something because they're so straightforward. And I don't know if you want to look at the solutions. Do they have the solutions? They do. They're right here. It's a good way to use up gel pens. I have a Mickey Mouse Memories coloring book. This was a Happy Meal gift to me, I think, from Joyce, if I remember correctly. And I don't have an older style Mickey Mouse book, so I thought this would be a cute one to have with some of the original characters. Mostly Mickey, but there's a few. You'd think there would be more than a few, but I know there's got to be more than that. But anyway, it is a Bendon book, and weirdly, I have used their paper for like even watercolor stuff before, and like the Bendon paper really isn't that bad a paper. It's in some ways, honestly, it feels thicker and better quality than Amazon paper right now. Yeah, see, you got a few of the other characters in here. Now we've got Camilla. Oh, no, I have one more Disney one here at the bottom. Oh. So I have a ton of Disney color by numbers, and so I wanted a couple non-color by numbers. And so we have this Disney Girl Power Book. And trying. Sorry. Problem is, a lot of these I have to keep flipping them back and forth so you can see them. They've got a little bit of the busy work in the background, but like you could just color that all one color if it, you know. No, reap cheap, buddy. It's not happening right now. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait, buddy. Or I can try to hold you and flip these. I don't know how well that's gonna go. Yeah, you seem awful confident that I can do that. Alright, well, let me get a drink of coffee. Hang on a second, we're playing Baby Cat this morning. Hopefully I can do this with one arm. Oh, I don't know if you can hear us purring. Reap Cheap likes to be held a lot of times when I'm at the desk. Alright, we have, now we have Camilla D'Erico Beauties, her Pop Manga books. I have Beauties and Beasties. Like I said, this might get a little squirrely. They are double-sided. Buddy, this is going to be real hard to do. If you keep wiggling, it's already hard to do. Here. I've tried those little, like, baby wraps with him. And he, does not like those. I'm going to keep trying to get him used to it. Yeah. Rub, rub. Hopefully he's not hitting the mic. I've not colored in any of these books. But I tell you what, like, this is definitely a section I haven't been coloring in either as much or at all. And so maybe this is a good section to focus on this summer in my bookcase. Dragons and other magically mythical creatures. For those of you that are like, man, your cats are spoiled. You can't just tell him later and put him down. Y'all don't understand. He is very insistent. Hopefully that is not transferring to the mic. Because now he's rubbing the thing. The headset, not the mic itself. But he is persistent. He does not take rejection. I have literally picked him up and put him down when I've been trying to work, and he has come around and up my desk, behind the back of my desk 5 times. And I finally just gave up. I don't know what the limit is. Cute and creepy. I don't know what that limit is for him, but I haven't found it yet. And so at one point you're like, this is more trouble than it's worth. And I think she is coming out with a new one in the fall called Flights of Fancy. That I don't know if I've pre-ordered yet, but I probably will. Because I do really love her art. Even though I haven't colored in them yet. Little nervous too. I don't want to screw them up. However, the fact that there's already shading in them means that these should be a pretty easy lift on my part. Obviously, I'll probably want to enhance it a little bit with my own shading, but these pages shouldn't require the level of work that some other pages might. We have Lainey Dow. I have The Magical World. Now see, these are trickier to flip than thought this one looked fun. A lot of, I guess, fantasy type creatures, which I enjoy. That one's very cute. And then we have The Pumpkin Killer, also by Lainey Dow. This would be a fun little book. So last year, Coco Wyo did a 30 Days to Halloween book that I really enjoyed. I didn't quite get all of it. I'm going to finish it this year. But if there's not another Halloween, style calendar countdown like that this year, this might be a good book to make my monthly book to color. Or how many images are in here? I'm guessing probably 20 to 24. That's typically what's in a book like this. So, but yeah, I'll have to look into it because this might be a pretty easy lift for the month of October. And now we're to Erie. Again, love her work. Have most of the books. So I think I'm trying to remember, where's my phone? What'd you do with my phone, buddy? I was going to pull up my translator. Sorry, things are a bit casual this morning. I had a very busy day yesterday on Saturday, and I wanted to get this out on Sunday, but I would also like to actually color today. That would be nice. I do a lot of coloring talk on here, and it feels like I just don't do a lot of color. Where's my translate? Come on. There you are. But I did not prep too much for this one. Oh, camera. There we go. Alright, so this one is Open the Door of Your Imagination coloring book. World Literature. There we go. I knew one of these was like a literature type book, and that's what I was looking for sure. Yes, I love you too, buddy. To be fair, Reap Sheep probably gets the least attention of the group because he's still very independent and self-sufficient. But boy, when he decides he wants attention and love, it's like I said, you can't you can't tell him no. So beautiful images. Now see, I'm looking through all these books today, and I am really like wanting to color in a lot of these right now. But I gotta pick some things to color today. I will not be able to really the next few days unless I do it in the evening. World Heritage, a journey through time. Ugh. I swear, the people around here with loud mufflers and big trucks is just too damn high. Ooh, I love that one. I've spent all week outside working at my table on the porch because we got blessed with a whole week of low humidity at the end of May, and I was like, I knew, buddy, he's under my chin. I wish I could show you guys, but it would be upside down. Hang on, let me see if I can take a picture so I can at least show you guys maybe on the video. There we go. So that way, and I might post that right here. But if you're wondering why it's taking me longer to flip through these books, this is why. He is he's being very adorable this morning. And I would pause this and like pet him and stuff, but y'all, it's like he don't really want pets. This is World Fairy Tale Beyond the Story coloring book by Harry. He doesn't really want pets, he just wants to be held. Like, it's very weird. If I start to try to pet him a lot, he gets irritated and fusses at me. He's got to be really in a, like, petting mood. Full on. Love that Alice in Wonderland look there. I have no idea. Is that the little goat one? I think there's a fairy tale about goats, and like the wolf eats them, like the mother goat like cuts open his stomach and they all come running out. It's probably why that one wasn't really widely adopted for children, because Disney didn't pick up that one, let's just say, for obvious violent reasons. Wow, I really do have a lot of her books. I got to get to cracking on these. A Trip. Whoop, hang on. Sorry about the mic. World Legend with... Come on. A Trip to a Magical Land with Fairies. So this is kind of like a travel book with fairies. Ooh, that one's cool. Buddy, what are you doing to me? Eep. Eep. But no, what I was saying was we got blessed with a low humidity week at the end of May, which never happens. And when I tell y'all, I was out there till 7, 8 o'clock some nights, working, alas. But at least I was outside, trying to enjoy every scrap of it because I knew we were overdue for the humidity setting in. And once that humidity sets in, I do not like being outside as much. Except maybe in the mornings. But like when we hit the height of summer, I won't even be out there for that. And so been taking advantage of it all week. And I could tell yesterday when storms started moving in, like the humidity is definitely already going up. Like it's nicer out there this morning. And I kind of wanted to film out there, but I couldn't because my neighbors are blasting music and I don't want to get a copyright claim. Secondly, there are some storms scheduled for today. And thirdly, at least as of right now, when I got out there, it was humid already. I'll probably still spend some time out there, but it won't be as much. All right, so this one, well, no translation needed. So these are the Romantic Country books. This is number 1. I do have a completed page in one of these. I do apologize. These are rather large books, and I am having trouble getting the full pages in here, but you're getting enough. Okay, let's put you down. You're wiggling too much. Ow! He just pretty much clamped down on my shoulder and said no, absolutely not. If you're looking for some that are a little less complex, I think the Romantic Country books, particularly the first one, is a good choice. If you like Erie's work. Maybe this will be the summer I can finally do that one. This was one that I was kind of like, ooh, I want to do this in order, but then the first ones are a lot of buildings, and y'all know my feelings about buildings. They're not super motivating for me to color. This is the third one. I have them out of order. Here is the second one. This one has a little more detail, but it's still... Oh my gosh. That goose really gets around. So there's my page. I actually have done one in one of these books. Isn't that amazing? This was very early on, 2018. I'd seen a challenge to use just one pencil, and it was a Prismacolor blue, yeah, obviously a blue. I'm not sure which one it was. But I ended up doing this picture. I actually made it to the cover of a group on Facebook, like their cover for the week with this one. So I thought that was pretty cool. So Prismacolors do seem to do well in this book. In these types of books. I have not tested anything else yet though, but I've seen a lot of people using watercolors and obviously pencils because it's double-sided. And boy, he also does this during work meetings. Like, it's something about hearing me talk that draws him to me. I have this one person I meet with at work all through the week, and like she's gotten to the point where he shows up for her calls because it happens to be right in the middle of the day when he's like this, and I think it's because I'm talking, but it is weird how he always just happens to show up on the call she's on. And so we've said that, maybe he can hear her through the headset or something. This is the third tail. And it's very cute. The joy that she gets when he gets on the call, she loves it. And I don't encourage him at all. I haven't been. But I love it. There's a lot going on at work, like everybody else, understaffed, overworked. You know how that goes. It's like everywhere right now. Now he's playing with my hair. And it's nice to be able to do something that brings some joy to people during the week, and so I that makes me happy too. Oh gosh, don't snot on me, please. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a break before we get to Joshua Dunbar because it's a little harder to flip the Amazon books than it is these bigger books. So let me pause this. Y'all won't know it went by, but I'll see if I can get him satisfied with his pets before we move on. All right, so we are back, and now we have Joshua Dunbar's books. He hasn't put any out for a while. I'm not sure. My guess is this is obviously like he works, and this is probably like more of his side business, his side hobby. So my guess is he's probably super busy at work and just doesn't have time. But I have plenty of his books to color in, so hopefully he'll be able to do some in the future. But if not for right now, then I can understand. But so I have a number of books from him. We have these smaller pocket-sized coloring books. So we have Valentine's Cuties. Oh, no, that's from the Christmas one. I have a couple in here I've done. Then we have Christmas Cuties. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do this with him on my shoulder. These are just too small. I need both hands to do this. I've done a couple in here as well. Halloween Cuties. I've done that one. And Island Cuties. Nope, that's sample page. I feel like some of these like this is fine for this size book. I almost feel like the images like this I would have almost wanted to see in a full-size book just because they get a little tricky with markers when it's that small of spaces, like alcohol markers. But it's only a couple images like that, so overall I think this is a good size. this is most I've done in. Yeah, don't ask me what I was thinking with that pink face. But whatever. Alright. Now we've got his full-size books. We have new easy coloring. Hello, Country Spring. Oh, no, that's still from easy coloring. I always grab the sample ones in the back. That's one I've done in here. I think that was markers with pastel pencils over the top. And it turned out really well. I was really pleased with this one. Forest animal mandalas. I did this one with marker and Arctics colored pencils for the shading. I really like how he turned out. I think I went a bit darker. Like now, if I was redoing this picture, I would have went a lot lighter on the marker base. I would have went more medium tones, so I had the ability to use the dark tones for shading and it be more obvious. Easy Halloween coloring book. Pretty much the only acceptable spiders in my coloring book collection because they're fuzzy and cute, cartoonish rather than realistic. I did this one in here. I've forgotten about this one. I think it was just markers and a little bit of extra marker blending here and there, and then some white gel pen in his hair. I went pretty simple on that one. Now there might be another one in here. You'll have to give me a minute. I couldn't remember if that was a fall one or if that was a Halloween one. I think it might have been fall. Yeah, I think so. This would also be a good book to do for the Halloween countdown, but I think this has 50 images in it, so we probably need, it'd probably be one to complete. I'd have to start in September to do that one, so. Gnomes. Now this has Jade Summer on it, but it is his work. For those of you that are curious, he has a couple books under Jade Summer, and then he branched out on his own, so. So if you're looking for this one, you want to look for it under Jade Summers. I'm not sure if they put this one back up. I'm not sure if it's available for digital download, but Jade Summer was who I actually purchased this one through. I know I've done one in here. At least I think it was in this one. It had a gnome in it. Whether it was in this one or another one, I'm not quite sure, but all right. This one's got a lot in it too. I think this one, no, it's 2 sets. Huh. Alright, let me take one more look. Because this was a really fun one I did want to talk about, because I really should be doing this with more pages. Easy Spring. Maybe it was easy. It might have been in this one. I just love his art style. I really do. There's one I did in here. Let me do another flip here. Okay. All right. 80s New Wave. Love this one because it's just so different. He actually grayscaled a couple pages in the back, which I thought was pretty cool. So in here you get a little bit of grayscale in the back, but the actual book itself is line art. Now see, I was born in the 80s. I think everybody had that couch, or a very similar one. I know we had that, basically that TV cabinet. But I was born in the 80s, mostly grew up in the 90s, but I still have some 80s vibes, because of course I love the look and feel of the era. So here's mine, probably still to this day one of my favorite pictures I've done. It's a marker base and then pastel pencil over the top, and I love everything about it. I actually did this on a coloring chat. I don't know if I still have it. Occasionally I'll go through and purge out some of my older coloring chats, but I actually go through this one on camera, and I love everything about it. The colors are great. I don't know, I had so much fun doing this one, and I absolutely love my dude with his lime green mohawk going there. So fun. Well, I love her. Very in Miami or maybe traveling to South America or something. She's just got that vibe about her. Country Summer. This is also sold under the Jade Summer tag, but it is Joshua Dunbar's work, I believe, just based on what I'm seeing. I'm pretty sure this is his. They include the artist name now, which I'm so glad Jade Summer does that, but I wish they had done it in the past as well, because it would make it easier. I know him and Alexander Franzese were under publishing under Jade Summer at one point, and then Jade Summer had that whole issue with Amazon and their books and stuff, and so they kind of went on their own self-publishing route, which I think was fair, because at that point it took a couple months for Jade Summer to get back on Amazon, and which wasn't any fault of Jade Summer. It's just the process for that is so ridiculous. The most recent one it's happened to that we know of is Deborah Moeller, and it's for various reasons. But there's no. It's very difficult for these artists to actually get their issues resolved and are able to publish again. But yeah, Deborah Moeller's most recent one. But I know Coco Wyo's had trouble. Different ones have had trouble, so I can understand why they did that. And I mean, Jade Summer's got some new artists, and they're putting out some good stuff too. So, Easy Summer by Joshua Dunbar. Ah, here it is. This is what I was looking for. So here is probably one of the most fun pictures I've ever done. Is this little guy. And this was when I first got my Museum Aquarelle pencils, and I realized that I could use them in Amazon books, get the color I wanted, and yes, the page is a little wrinkled, but the amount of water I had to use to dissolve these is minimal compared to other watercolor pencils, so it made it where I could those and Albrecht Dürer, and I'm hoping the super colors are ones that I can really utilize on the Amazon pages without having them get so fragile that I can't do anything with them. But this was the Museum Aquarelle watercolor pencils, and then I think there were pastel pencils over them. And a little bit of gel pen. I'm not sure. You can see he's shining a little bit around the edges, as I feel a gnome should do. But anyway, had a ton of fun doing that one. That's something with a watercolor summer, which I need to post about on Instagram. I actually meant to do a little announcement video about it yesterday. The way things... Maybe I'll do it Wednesday. So I am going to try to do a color and chat Wednesday, though it'll be recorded ahead of time. And, oh, I did this one too. Also, with the Museum Aquarelles as base, and then came in with shading on top. I can't remember which pencils I was using for this one, but I love how he turned out. I've done 2 roosters pages that I know of over my time coloring, and I have to say, like, I get so nervous because there's so many colors, but like I feel like both of them turn out so well, and I think I used watercolor pencils for both too. Hello Country Fall. And you can see that one didn't have near as much crinkling on the page because obviously I was using less since it's not a full image. Hello Country Fall. Not there. There we go. I love that picture. I think I've done a couple in here. This also was a lot of fun. This was marker with a pencil base, which I do more of these days, but back then that was actually kind of unusual for me. And I love how this turned out. This might be, it's funny how some of my favorite pictures, well, it's not, I mean, it's funny to me, but like not surprising that a lot of my favorite pictures come from Joshua Dunbar's books, because he really is one of my absolute favorite artists. So love that one too. Oh, I think the other one's an Easy Fall. Easy Fall? Nope, nope, nope. There we go. Yeah, because of the luck I've had with those watercolor pencils in these books, you're probably going to be seeing a lot of his books this summer. I'm hoping for watercolor summer. So this was marker with the pastel pencil over the top, which is really kind of my favorite way to do his books. A base with some sort of shading over the top. Though in the smaller books, just because they're smaller spaces, I generally just use markers in those. And then we have Easy Christmas. Now this is another Jade Summer, under Jade Summer. So if you're looking for this one, hopefully they still have this one up. I don't think I've done any in this book. I like the very light shading he does on these two. I'll, most of the time add my own shading, but like that, my shading isn't super detailed, so like my shading plus his shading actually makes it look like a very dimensional picture, multi-dimensional type picture, if that makes any sense. Oh, I have to add a picture in here. Look at that. I completely forgot about this one. So yeah, I used like a shiny acrylic paint on the background, colored the kitty with markers and the lights, and then I went over with the clear, oh, what's it called? Glossy accents. That's what I'm looking for. So that the lights ended up being like those old school shiny lights. 80s type shiny lights, and I just had the idea of like a wrapped package behind him filling with this shiny paper. So I do love how that turned out. I completely forgot about that one. All right, so there we go. I thought we were actually going to come in under time today, but as usual, we are right on the money with how the length that I keep these. Yeah, I think today I'm going to try to work on a color and chat because I won't be able to do one this Wednesday otherwise. Excuse me. And then next weekend, hopefully, maybe we'll have, if I don't do watercolor in Wednesday's video, maybe I'll do it next weekend. And then we'll have a coloring book collection with that. I think that's what we're going to do for right now. So, yeah. So, all right. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Looks like the sun is coming out today. Again, today is going to be a combination of sun and thunderstorms, which is going to make it kind of humid and gross. But maybe I can figure out some way to go outside for the other video. We'll see. So thanks everyone for watching, and bye for now.